teenagers of Reddit aged 13 to 18, what do you think defines your generation right now? Trying to be famous. Everybody thinks they can make it big on YouTube or some other platform, but most can't. I completely agree, everyone wants to be famous even at the cost of others. I have seen people in the emergency room next to their sick family member making TikToks, and it's disturbing. I'm a frequent flyer for severe allergies. It seems like the only thing that's changed is the platform. It used to be about being a famous rock star, actor, or athlete. Now it's YouTuber, influencer, and programmer. Juuling, eating hot chip, and lie. Can't cook. Well, I'm officially old. Have no idea what any of that means. Better reserve the grave plot now. Fake influence. People are making TikToks and claim they are influencers. At my interview practice in high school, the teacher asked one girl what her previous job was. The girl said Instagram influencer. The teacher then said, "I'll put you down as unemployed." I know someone who claims to be a beauty influencer because they're involved in an MLM that sells crappy makeup. Getting caught up with social media, trying to fit in, and then perhaps forgetting about the real essence of life. Without a direction, you feel stuck/unable to do anything. Yeah, dumping social media will do wonders for you. Or at least limiting it. Every time I find myself in a Facebook comment section, I feel more disconnected from society. It's like everyone on there is just the worst possible form of themselves. I want to die, bro, same. Bro, same. I'm old and I've wanted to die way before it became cool. A complete lack of social cliques. I find this is something filmmakers are struggling to nail down. We don't have nerds and jocks anymore, it's all kinda blended together. There isn't specific seating arrangements in the cafeteria, and no lunch money stealing physical bullying. Everything's more digital now, so there really isn't a high school society. Exactly. There's just a bunch of weird kids and a few of them run a meme page to make fun of the principal. I think the movie version of 21 Jump Street handled this pretty well for comedic purposes, but that movie came out almost 10 years ago and I was in college then. So, I'd probably making shitty memes. I don't think there's been anything significant that we've done as a whole. I can't wait to see what meme the future history books choose to include as a way to illustrate this generation's fascination with the medium. One of the most savage insults I've seen recently on Reddit was someone said Zoomers can't meme without templates. Oh boy. I can tell you this, our generation is obsessed with relatability, and finding comfort in others who find those same things relatable. I mean, the basis for most memes nowadays is relatability after all. Well, if you're looking for relatability, know that my generation sought the same things at that age. We're all pretty similar. That's every single generation. Just here to see if my 21-year-old ass is still relevant. I'm here because I'm 19 in a few days, so I'm taking this last opportunity to be relevant. Same, except I'm 24, so probably not lol. I've never seen more people go through a school day without being sober in my life. The ability to easily get a dab pen or a Yule probably defines our generation. Weird thing is, I know kids who legit smoke weed and drink every day, but you mention a tab of acid and everyone acts like you're doing heroin. I'm 32 and those people still existed when I was in high school, except they weren't afraid of acid. Interesting. As a teen of the 90s, kids were all about the acid. Self-deprecating memes along with romanticizing mental illness. I'm 18 and know too many 11 to 15-year-olds who claim to have a huge list of mental illnesses. They seem to brag about it, as if it's a competition for who has the most shittiest life. Not that I'm saying they can't have mental illnesses, it's very possible. But I hope they can learn it's normal to be sad or anxious sometimes, and that it doesn't automatically equal something more. I'm 24, but it still bugs me when I see friends post about anxiety or OCD. I'm not saying they don't have it, but it does bother me when they use it as an excuse. I feel like most people who actually have a disability try not to use it as an excuse. I have multiple disabilities, and the last thing I want to talk about is the multiple disabilities I have. I think shows like 13 Reasons Why don't help. In my county, we had 2 young teen deaths after the first season was released that was imitated after the show. Edit, word. Gallows humor. There's a general belief that the world sucks right now, and it's only going to get worse as we grow up, so what do? We make jokes about it. Constantly. I mean, what else can we do? We have no discussion power, we can't vote, so why would any political leader listen to us? Yes, some politicians talk about it, but that's all they ever do. Talking but no action. Ha, my parents, early Gen Xers, say the exact same thing about their youth. Back then they thought it was nuclear annihilation. The world is pretty good, and it probably isn't going anywhere. Though I can understand how Trump may be alarming for Americans. Not to sound really old or anything, but I think it's our phones. Nobody in our generation likes to admit it, but we'd use our phones a lot, and it must be unsettling for people 40 and older. I mean, they're pretty useful. You have access to literally any information you want that's legal, and even some illegal information. You can talk to people, or you can just lurk and watch everyone else's conversations/arguments in the comments, or you can play stupid games on your phone. To be honest, I see my parents and older people using phones a lot more than most teenagers. Lo-fi hip-hop beats to relax/study to. Check out Honra. I'm 22 and I listen to this. Being both incredibly pessimistic and progressive at the same time. Most of us feel like life could end at any moment because of a mixture of depression and news outlets' scare tactics, but at the same time, many people in our generation are incredibly open to and advocating for change. You're like millennials, but sooner. Asking a sex or porn related question on r/AskReddit every 9 seconds. That's been a thing for years. I first joined in 2012 and that stuff was still happening back then. People who have had sex, question? Ha, I'm a lonely virgin forever equals 1 million updates and 40 wholesome gold awards. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.